Hey guys, welcome back. We are going to be doing oil pastels today, and the weather outside is super nice. And so I was thinking that, it's getting to be kind of like t-shirt weather, and maybe we could design our own t-shirt we're going to use our oil pastels. Use this side, and we're going to design a t-shirt and kind of have some fun doing it on a paper bag. So all you need is just the paper bag cut out. It doesn't have to be this size, it could be smaller. And then of course your oil pastels. If you do not have oil pastels, remember we have done this before using color crayons and also using colored pencil. And gosh, I wish I could give each of you an entire really good set of oil pastels. So keep that in mind. So you'll notice that I've already put in a border. Again, that's optional. I just like to use it. It's a kind of a way to sort of keep me focused on what I'm drawing. So for my t-shirt, you could do a V-neck, but I think I'm going to do a crew neck, or sort of a circle, half of a circle neck. There's shoulders for the t-shirt, and those are the armholes right there. And then there's the rest of the shirt, like this. And I'm going to bring, I'm going to bring one sleeve all the way out to the edge, just because for some reason I really don't like things that are completely all even. I'm sometimes sort of like things that are a little bit off balance. We could do a pocket. You could do your pocket down there or anywhere, but I think I'm going to do a pocket for my shirt right here. Your pocket could be any shape you wanted to. I just happened to do a little rectangle there. I'm going to add a little side. Sorry about the barking. I think he's barking at my chickens. So we did a hem there. You could do a little hem at the edge of your sleeve. And I'm going to keep that. I'm going to keep that sleeve a little bit shorter just for fun. I'm going to do also a little hem around the collar. All of this kind of breaks the space up, which is kind of sort of what we're doing in this lesson. And it's going to give me an opportunity to really have fun with the design and just enjoy making a t-shirt. So if you kind of want to have some fun, when I teach this in class, I'll say, okay, let's color one sleeve a cool color and one sleeve a warm color. Well, that's a pretty warm blue. Not all blues are cool. And then this is a little bit of a cooler blue. I understand the terms about warm and cool colors, but it's honestly what your opinion of that color is what counts the most. So I'm going to do a cooler blue, and I'm just going to layer that in. And again, you're probably developing your own technique for layering in oil pastels. And this one I'm probably going to do a lot of blending with my finger. Or I also have, which you might have too, if you have an old eraser, they make really good blenders. So what if I took white over it? This is the other reason I just love white. What if I took white over it? That's going to kind of make that blue a little bit icier. And then if I bring that eraser in there and just kind of move that oil pastel around, sometimes this oil pastel kind of seems like painting. So let's see, we'll do the next sleeve. Let's do a warmer color. Now, because I'm using a fairly light yellow here, and this is a dark background like we've talked about before, I'm going to add white underneath this. Oh, there's still a little bit of blue on it. That's going to be interesting. Add white underneath that, and then bring that yellow, that kind of mustardy yellow on top. And I could leave it like that. I could come back in with the white again. Oh my gosh, there's little leftover pieces of blue. That always makes things interesting. And maybe I might just come in with a lighter orange, go all the way over that, bring in my eraser, my blender here. I really don't like to have erasers on the end of my pencils, as you guys know, but I do like to find other things for them to do other than erase. So there's a little bit of a warm color. It's got kind of an interesting texture. Let's see, let's try a swirl design. And I've got my little brush here. You might have a different kind of brush to use, or you could just use your hands. I'm going to do a swirl on that pocket. I'm going to press that white down really hard. so I can really see it. And let's see, you could make that swirl any color you want, any kind of color you want. I'm just sort of feeling like I need a little pink in here. So I'm going to come in with this and maybe leave that swirl really bright. I could go over it with eraser, which I might. Maybe just kind of leave that really bright like that. So there's a pocket. Let's see what that eraser will do. No, I just kind of go around the edges here. Okay, now the body of the shirt. What if we do some sort of design on the body of the shirt? And you could come up with your own. You could do stripes. You could do polka dots. You could do a diagonal design. So what I'm thinking here is I'm going to divide that shirt like this. And what if we did polka dots here? They could be the same size. They could be different sizes. You could space them out a little bit. You see that I'm really using a lot of white. And then around those polka dots, you might come in with that warm blue and fill in around those. I could change the shape of the polka dots. I can make them smaller. I could keep the original shape. And it's going to give you an interesting drawing that, again, you could give to somebody. You could keep it in a portfolio for yourself. You could share it with your family, put it on the refrigerator, whatever you want to do with it. Maybe we could sort of have some different kind of fun with this one. Maybe I might turn this one into let's see, maybe it'll be a scene. So I'm going to do something like this. And what if I had, it's going to be kind of fun, what if I had a big old tree growing in that part of the t-shirt. And I'm going to be a little conventional here. We'll go ahead, since it looks like a fir tree, and make that tree green. But your tree could be purple. See how the white oil pastel kind of still sort of shows up? It makes for a really interesting color and design. I'm going to have it coming out of some purple ground. We're just going to fill this in like this. I might come back and cross it the other way to make it a little bit more solid. And then maybe have some fun and light it up with that white. For some reason today, I'm really enjoying using my eraser to make things smooth. So there's that. And then maybe a background for that. So I'm going to do black down at the bottom. We're going to work on the hem here. So you could say you could do a darker color at the bottom. You could do a lighter color at the bottom. The important thing here is for you to come up with your own design. So how about, let's see, what if we said, let's do a different kind of green on each sleeve. So, or you could do a different kind of yellow or a different kind of orange. That's a little bit of a sage green there on that sleeve hem. And if I did the light green here, and the collar, I might make that collar pink again. And then, instead of having it be plain pink, what if you went in and you went in with some orange, okay? And then you went back in with, boy, I'm really having fun with that white oil pastel. And you went back in with a little bit of white over that. It's going to give you a whole new, you've kind of like invented a color. I kind of like to keep the outline of that shirt white because it kind of makes it stand out. But you could outline it in a different color. Again, this is your preference. This is just how I'm choosing to do it. And who knows, tomorrow I could choose to do it a different way. So there. And we have one part left here. I could go ahead and leave that because I am going to color the background. I could go ahead and leave it the natural bag color. Or what if, how about this? I think I'm going to come back in with a different color of purple. I don't know about you guys, but purple's a fun color. So you can see this, the white again is brightening up that color. Anytime you've got white over or underneath the color, it's gonna pop that color. And come back in with the eraser. So there's your t-shirt. I'm gonna divide these spaces and do some designs maybe within the space. You could even do a wiggle line, dividing that one. This could be its own, but maybe I'll do another one there. So how about contrasting colors here? We're gonna make it so things kind of pop a little bit. But again, you could have the colors more pastel, more subtle. Probably gonna do, we might even put a little bit of texture on this one. So, ooh, I have this idea. What if this little black space here, what if I turn that into that little night sky there, like little stars. And that one, this one, what do I do with this one? Maybe this one, I'll do some waves. Just anything that you feel like you would like to do to break that space up. Sometimes my students will say, oh my gosh, Miss Therese, my hand is getting tired. My arm is getting tired from all this coloring. And you know, that's a really good point, because sometimes it actually is a lot of work. But that makes it kind of fun, because when you're done and you've worked hard, it gives you something to feel accomplished about. So we've got that there. And again, I'm going to keep that white line like that. Remember, you could also color your frame too. So I'm going to come back in a little bit. I'll have all of these done, and I might even start working on the frame. Just want to make a little reminder to you guys. You can always move your paper if it's easier to do a corner or another spot by moving it, by all means. That's another little technique. On this one, I'm going to leave a little texture here. I'm not going to take that eraser and do that with it. Let's see. You know, I'm kind of coming back here a little bit, noticing that there's some areas there I'd really like to fill in a little bit more solid. But if you like the texture that yours has without it being filled in too solid, that's exactly how it should be. So here is our t-shirt. I don't know about you, but I've sure had a great time making this. So here is our, or actually mine, but it could be ours, finished t-shirt. And it's kind of getting me to think, I think I want to do another one of them. You don't have to do a t-shirt though. You could come up with anything and divide it up like this and have fun with the colors. So again, for this one, we just used our oil pastels, which I love, and a paper bag. See you next time with another really good project.